EGM Network.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha!
Well, hi everybody, and welcome. All kinds of good things take place. They seem to take place in bunches. So the title today is Two Winners. I don't know how many of you put two and two together, but Trump's inauguration day of January 20th is also Martin Luther King's birthday. And believe it or not, both of these people are winners, and I'm really glad to see it. I remember Martin Luther King saying, "You never judge a person by their color or appearance, but judge them by the content of their character, especially their sincerity." And I'm never going to forget that. Judge people by the content of their character. How honest, how kind, how loving, all those important things put together makes a wonderful person. And we also have to say that right now it will be over with before the inauguration. But a person who meets that description is Jimmy Carter as a person. He's left his legacy till the day he died on helping Habitat for Humanity, on being kind, on reiterating the importance of faith, and try to love one another. He will go down as probably the most decent, honest, religious, thoughtful man as a person.
You know what I want to add to, Martha, I read this in some of Jimmy Carter's obituaries and things like that, that one of the things that he kind of went back to in reflecting was that most people did assign to him the Habitat for Humanity moniker, if you will, but really his big, and I don't want to say claim to fame because he wasn't about that, was the peace accord. How he got the Arabs and Jewish people together to actually talk. And that's what one of the main things he wanted to be remembered for, but it always kind of got foreshadowed by the Habitat for Humanity. And it is before the inauguration, his whole service and everything will have taken place in D.C.,
The peace accord for him is great. And also, the Abraham Accords agreements that Trump did are almost identical. Forming a written coalition of trade agreements, helping one another in case of a disaster. And that was absolutely beautiful. In fact, I don't know if you people know this, but way back in the last October, when there was that, and also in the spring, when Iran had those 300 drones and missiles aimed at Israel, believe it or not, a good percentage of them, a small amount, but still a percentage of them, were flown against Iran by Jordan and Egypt, who were part of the Abraham Peace Accords, and, of course, England or Great Britain and the United States. But all of those who are on good terms and had signed written accords with Israel helped them out on that event, which was so successful for Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a beautiful thing. It was started by Jimmy Carter
Yes.
and almost completely reinforced and replicated by President Trump. The only thing, if on his first term, many of you didn't even hear about it because of the prejudice of the press. They didn't want to say anything good about Trump and were trying to bring out the negative, the dossier, the Mueller's investigation. They were all hoaxes, eventually determined to be hoaxes, totally paid for propaganda by the Democratic Party or Hillary Clinton, or both. So it's a real interesting topic that Trump's inauguration and Martin Luther King's birthday coincide.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope it's a very, very good piece of good luck. And just this week, Mark Zuckerberg, for Meta, you all know he's the founder of Facebook and Meta, as it's now called, has agreed to have more freedom of speech in people who subscribe and talk on Facebook. Not so much is going to be eliminated, especially political opinions on various issues. Freedom of speech is going to be more widely recognized. And I thought that was beautiful. And I don't know if many of you know this. It was on the press. It was mentioned on Fox. It was mentioned on Bloomberg. I didn't hear it on the others, but I'm not saying it was or was not said. ABC was, to clear the air, was apologetic to Trump, and with that gave Trump's foundation $17 million as a start for his presidential library, once established, to be remembered. $17 million for Trump's presidential library. I'm not sure, and I'm not getting into that, everything that sparked it, but I thought that was a beautiful, positive thing to start a new era.
Mm-hmm.
And leave it at that. I was very surprised, very happy, actually grateful. Maybe the media will come around, because it was very obvious by this election, people were not influenced by Hollywood. They were not influenced by all the different media reporting of rallies and what have you. You either had to watch them in person or make your own opinions on all the information you could get.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a beautiful, beautiful thing to see so many Americans listening carefully to what each candidate had to offer and made an independent decision. When I say independent, they thought on their own. They didn't care what the media said or didn't say. They didn't care what Fox said or didn't say. People can get tired of all different kinds of channels saying the same thing. People stepped aside, listened carefully to Trump at his conventions, like especially the Madison Square Garden convention, and people formed their own opinions of who the winner is going to be. And I was very, very impressed. And likewise, the color of the skin didn't matter. You could be Chinese, you could be Latino, you can be Black, you can be Asian, whatever nationality there is, you formed your own opinions, and the big majority of Trump's winning or landslide was all these different ethnic groups increased the Trump vote dramatically.
Yeah.
We're not talking about white males or Irish Catholics or anything else. We're talking all nationalities. That is such a beautiful thing that so many Americans, not those who just came across as citizens, but Americans who have been voting at least a few times in all, they realize the importance of the individual vote, the importance of this country's voting and making a decision, especially as a mandate. And it was just a very beautiful time.
Right. You know what, Martha, you and I were talking about this before we went on air. It seemingly now has catapulted worldwide thought patterns of what needs to happen in other areas of the world as well.
Yes.
With some of the people that the heads of states now that are changing in I don't want to say the ideologies, because that's seemingly what's staying in place. So that people are not being swayed from what I'm hearing from you by what the media is saying. They're sticking to their own guns and their own, well, I don't want to use that word, but their own opinions and their own thoughts of what they really want out of life.
That's so true, and I think it is just beautiful. And also, what happened this last week, sort of reinforcing this, Justin Trudeau of Canada, has been becoming more and more unpopular, to the point he resigned this past week as soon as there gets to be a replacement. The public of Canada, all the voters, this extremism of being so far left and reducing freedom of speech, they're rebelling against also.
Right.
And this is worldwide.
It is worldwide. Yeah, it is.
It's beautiful. France, which was liberal, and Germany only a few years ago, oh, come on, we'll let absolutely everybody in from the Mideast, from Africa, doesn't matter where you came from. All these people, skilled, unskilled, can talk German or English, cannot talk, they don't care. They welcomed them all in, including the terrorists, and that was a big mistake. They are all doubling down, being careful. Suddenly, no more immigration until it goes through the vetting process.
Right, that's the key, the vetting process, and stick to what your rules and regulations are. Within, they can be changed. I think maybe that's what that severe left is saying. Let's change it, but you can't do it overnight. You have to vet it. You have to figure it out.
Absolutely, you have to check the different people, and I'm so glad, especially in the United States, when everyone, it doesn't matter what your party affiliation is or was, when they found out that these hundreds of thousands of kids, toddlers, who are just anyone able to walk, like a 2-year-old on up, were all taken over the border by the cartels, and we're talking about abuse, almost a type of slavery, which I guess it really is, where they were being trained to sell drugs. They were being trained as sex objects, everything. And I think most of America was really horrified at all the amounts of these kids that were being abused, and some of them died.
Yeah.
And what finally also came across, which to me is a big thing, and I didn't even realize it till I did research. You realize every single one of us, every one of you listening, 100% just about of the entire world, historically in your ancestry, and it doesn't matter where you came from, all 7 continents, throughout the last 2,000 years, everybody is either related to a slave or a landlord. And think of it. Way back the Roman Empire, they had serfdoms, they called them. They were basically all slaves and maids. And they had kings, princesses, and princes that today we call landlords. And if your history goes back to any location, anywhere in Europe, in Asia, in the Mideast, some cases there's still real slavery today, but every one of us was either related to being a lord, a baron, a king, and or a slave, with all the mixed marriages and all the different combinations socially and economically. I don't see how we get stuck on just talking about slaves. That we are in a beautiful situation where slavery is getting reduced worldwide, globally, and in the United States, which was one of the excellent spots, we have middle class, working class, upper class, independent people who are earning their own living, deciding what they want to do, and they are neither slaves nor barons. And it's just plain beautiful. On that note, we're going to take a quick break, but stay with me. I have more to tell you. I want to introduce you to our main sponsor, Highland Plaza, located on US 1 on the east side of the Highland Drive traffic light. We even have our own left-hand turn lane. One of the places in there, the first one on the north side, is Easy Stop, and you will be surprised what competitive and beautiful prices they have. You should give it a shot. Also, Tony's Hairstyling Salon is ideal for the entire family at all ages. He and his wife have run a salon there for years with a huge following. Also, we want to tell you about La Taberna Restaurant. It has the freshest Mexican food in town and a well-experienced chef. You will be most surprised not only by the food, but the reasonable prices. Also, I want to tell you about the nail salon. It's Luxury Nails. Let me tell you, they do everything, both for walk-in clients and appointments. Appointments are really appreciated, but they treat all clients professionally. Now, I want to repeat to you, this is located on US 1, just east of Highland Drive at the traffic light. It's a beautiful yellow building with a maroon awning. We look forward to seeing you there. Come on over.
Nobody outpowers America, and nobody outperforms the lawnmowers and power equipment at More Motors. Discover great products made in the USA by Bobcat, Hustler, Cub Cadet, and Steel Power Equipment. All backed with local service and parts. Going on 40 years serving the Treasure Coast. More Motors has an American-made lawnmower for you. 5135 US 1 Vero Beach. Anything and everything it takes to make tall grass short. More Motors.
Big news, Treasure Coast. Your favorite mortgage team just got even better. Introducing the same trusted faces you know and love, now with Union Home Mortgage.
Hi, this is Shannon Pohl.
Hi, this is Lucy Cranker.
And these high-producing team members bring decades of experience, unwavering honesty, and hearts of gold to every home loan. And here's the best part. Same local processing, underwriting, and appraisers you rely on. Contact Union Home Mortgage.
Visit us online at shannoncpohl.com
and lucycranker.com.
Right now at Sunshine Furniture, it's New Year sale time. Save up to 50% on selected closeout styles of Lloyd Landers, Berlin Garden, Capri, Universal Coastal Living, Four Seasons, and lots more. Sofas, dining sets, patio groups, chaises, umbrellas, occasional chairs, bedroom sets, coffee table, lots of pieces on sale now for inside and out. We're your local Tommy Bahama and Lexington store where you can create an island paradise and make your life one long weekend. Sophisticated looks with a mix of coastal and Caribbean style, Tommy Bahama Home has everything you need for your Florida living. Also, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Visit Sunshine Furniture now for our January sale. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com. Also, don't forget to shop our outlet and sales center just across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way.
Hi there and welcome back. Hey, we only have a couple of minutes to talk, but I can't emphasize enough how positively things seem to be happening globally and in the United States. I just can't believe it, and I am thrilled. We're going back to having more freedom of speech, opportunity for people who are accountable to become their own free agent, they can even be in business for themselves, have their own home. Slavery is greatly reduced in any form of being a servant. And this is happening globally, not just because Trump became president. And I think it's absolutely beautiful that we have the coincidence of Martin Luther King's birthday and remembrance of his he put his life on the line and got shot also, except he was killed by wanting everyone to be equal in terms of opportunity, and their character is what needs to make them successful and go places. So on that note, I'm going to leave us all with these positive notes of Jimmy Carter's funeral. He was one of the most beautiful people around. And what Trump is doing, what the world is doing, you can't ask for any more except be positive and join the mandate, join the movement. We are going to have a beautiful time ahead, a great time. So on that note, have a great week. And the next 2 weeks are going to be starting a beautiful future all around the globe, and hopefully 24 hours.